Let it be known that I absolutely love questions about food and cake. And Randall asked if I'm presented with strawberries and whipped cream, what do I make? Well, hopefully I get the option for a couple more ingredients than just strawberries and whipped cream. But I would start with a strawberry coulis, which is strawberries with a little bit of lemon and some sugar, all blended up and then cooked on the stove to make a sweet, sugary strawberry sauce. And then I would bake thin layers of a sponge cake, and then I would drizzle the strawberry coulis on the sponge cake, and then layer it with more fresh strawberries and whipped cream, and then just layer them up with more fresh strawberries and whipped cream on top is what I would do. I am stranded on an island for 3 months. What do I take with me? A man that can do it all. And a gun. Seriously, though, I probably would take a gun and a way to make fire with a flint or something. I've lost a wager with a powerful wizard, and I have to live in a constant state of hunger, sadness, or pain. What would I choose and why? I would choose constant state of hunger because I've been in a constant state of pain and I've been in sadness, and I wouldn't wish those on anyone. I wouldn't wish hunger on anyone either, but I think I could handle that more than I could the other two. Most elegant cake that I've done. This one's Ted's question. I've done many. I was the go-to girl over at the Space Needle in Seattle to do cake and flowers for weddings. And there was a couple of weddings that I got to do there that I think were the most elegant. One of them was a seashell themed cake, and I handmade chocolate seashells. I took real seashells and food grade silicone and made my own molds, and then filled them with chocolate, of course, and then colored them in special edible dusts in oranges and bronze and pinks and purples, and they looked like real seashells. And people would frequently comment when I would make this particular cake on why I would put real seashells on a cake. And I would have to explain to them that they're not real, they're chocolate. And people were pretty impressed. The other cake that I did up the Space Needle that I loved was a Northwest themed cake, and their colors were brown and green. And I made blackberries out of a sugar paste, and they were so realistic looking that you really couldn't tell the difference when you put them next to a real blackberry. And we had those cascading down the cake with butterflies, and the butterflies were green and made out of a starch paper, and they were beautiful. I think those were my two favorite, most elegant cakes that I've done. All right, runnerette. I drank too much wine, did something crazy. That really sounds like my last birthday. I was down in Sun Valley for a pastry chef job, and they got me epic drunk. And I had my first game of foosball, and I did pretty good being that drunk and playing foosball. If I were to write a recipe book, what would the cover be? It would be an elegant chocolate sculpture, because I love all the things that you can do with chocolate, and I'm very artistic, so that's what I would do. How would I pose for the picture? I wouldn't pose. No. I'd be in the background watching the picture be taken of the elegant chocolate art. I don't want to be in the picture. Languages. I would choose Spanish first because I know people who speak Spanish, and it would be fun to be able to communicate with them. Favorite place on earth? No place like home. Other than that, as long as it's tropical, hot, and has sandy beaches, I'm in heaven. Where do I go when I need time alone? Lately, this summer, I would say it's either been the front porch or the back porch at my house. It's quiet and either shaded or sunny hot. Usually I have a cup of coffee in my hand, and I'm enjoying my morning. And Ted, I know, is watching this, so if it's in the afternoon or any other time of day, I have my water bottle with me. It's morning, so I don't have my water bottle with me yet. All right. Nicest thing a neighbor has done for me. Watched my children. When your kids are little and you've just had a day, having a neighbor come and just take your kids for a couple of hours, I don't think there's anything better than that. Nicest thing I have done for a neighbor. Back when we lived in Western Washington, I had a neighbor who was having a rough month and couldn't afford groceries to feed her children. So I went through every cupboard that I had and put together some bags of groceries so she could get through the week and be able to feed her family. Badass profession for a woman. You know what? It's badass just being able to do whatever she wants to do. I think that's badass in itself. Al asked about my husband's proposal. I did not propose, he proposed. At Disneyland. I grew up in Southern California, well, when I was little, and Disneyland is a very special place to me, and he proposed on Splash Mountain. All right, serious relationships before him. I have had a couple. I was engaged one other time. Wasn't a good match, and I was the one to call it off. I wasn't ready to make a mistake, something that I would regret. Do I believe in true love? Absolutely. Can you have more than one soulmate? Absolutely. Um, Something that I can't stand that somebody else does. My old business partner would make this kind of whistling noise with her mouth, not a full whistle, but she would always, I mean, it just makes my skin crawl, and I would constantly have to tell her, stop. Oh, okay. One thing about someone that makes me weak in the knees. I specifically asked for things that would make me blush or giggle, but that one definitely makes me blush or giggle. You know what? Makes me weak. Um, I am a big fan of words and being talked to, and that will make me weak in the knees. If I could be the world's greatest at one fitness thing, what would it be and why? Um, if I could be the best at something, would be epic. I would say at this point I would love to be the best at lifting, or running. There's too many. There's too many things I want to do. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.